Matt Lenihan for Boxing Social in association with EmpireFights.RKing. It's always a pleasure. Adam Smith, look, a nice local one for me. Doncaster.
Yeah.
What a card for GBM, by the way, from top to bottom. I think when you look at the main event, obviously world title, Terry Harper, but the co-main, Maxie Hughes and Archie Sharp, is one hell of a fight. A new weight for Archie, so he's coming into this full of confidence. But just quickly before we talk about other things in boxing, what a show! What a statement!
It's a fantastic show. It's a wonderful night for Izzy, Mitch, and the whole GBM team after 3 years to get a stadium show, and not just a stadium show, but it's topped by one of the great fighters of recent times, Terry Harper, defending her WBO lightweight crown against the undefeated Natalie Zimmerman, which is a fantastic headliner. Izzy's first world title, which is brilliant, live on DAZN, and then the stacked, jammed card from top to bottom. I love it. As a fight fan, it's great. I mean, the sun's shining in Donny. I've been in Brendan Ingles' old gym this morning with Dominic and John and Ryan and going down memory lane. So it's been fantastic being up here. I was out in the Donny markets with Terry and Jimmy Joe yesterday. You've got a fantastic fight between Maxie Hughes and Archie Sharp. I mean, that's a headliner on any night. Really, really good fight. And Reece Mould and Lewis Sylvester, I think, is another cracker. Tyson Gallagher and Ebony Jones, a fight we've been waiting for a long time. British and Commonwealth Super Bantamweight titles, probably a world title fight for the winner. Joe Hayden going in against Lewis Booth in a Donny Derby. Absolutely love that fight. It's a really good card, and the farm boy Ed Hardy coming in on a tractor. So look, we're really excited about it. It's Lewis Booth is going off on one over there. I'm sure he'll have plenty to say at the presser. And some real characters, you know, Stevie Levy, Ellie Hallowell, really good fight there. And I'm really excited about it. It's a great card for DAZN. It's a great card for GBM. It's a great card for British boxing.
Absolutely. Look, if you're wanting to watch boxing this weekend, tune in Friday night. A little appetizer before you bounce over to watch Josh Taylor on Saturday. Adam, look, we've just come from a great weekend of boxing.
We're driving up, by the way. Andy Levada and I, the voice of boxing, will be there. We're going straight up on Saturday morning. I think probably we haven't talked about it actually yet, whether we go late Friday or early Saturday, but we're going to be up there in Scotland. It's a fantastic bill. Josh Taylor up at welterweight against Echo Esserman, who I really like. It's almost like Echo's going up in levels and Josh is going up in weight. It's going to be a fantastic night, and the big fella, the one that I'm really behind, Moses Itauma, who I think is going to be a superstar in the heavyweight division. He's in with Mike Ballaghan. He's back. Great card. Fantastic night.
Good to see boxing back in Glasgow. Great atmospheres up there. Look, I want to ask you, we just come from a good heavyweight fight at the weekend. Dave Allen, Johnny Fisher, the rematch. Look, Dave's from these neck of the woods. He's been self-admitted. Look, I've not got everything out of the career I wanted to at that point, but now he got that victory at the weekend.
Just looking over it, Maxie Hughes is in superb shape. He's in great shape.
He's a superstar now. He's a superstar.
I know Maxie well. I spent a lot of time with him recently. I'm just looking over at him. He's in absolutely fantastic shape. I haven't seen him in a few weeks. So that's really good to see. And he needs to be, by the way, because he's got a tough fight. Dave Allen, yeah, what a story. Great guy. I couldn't be more pleased for Dave. He's a fabulous advert for British boxing. His resilience, he's been written off, he's come back, and he's got himself in super mental and physical shape. Jamie Moore and Nigel Travers deserve a lot of respect and credit for that. Look, I thought he won in Riyadh, and he got the job done in emphatic fashion on Saturday night, and it was in enemy lines, you know, in the lion's den of Johnny Fisher. Credit to Johnny and his team for taking the rematch straight away. They didn't have to do that. They did it for the fans. They did it for Johnny. He wanted it. He thought he'd win it. And I thought he boxed well at times, Johnny, in the fight. But Dave just old-manned him. He knew too much. He was very experienced and cranked up the heat and got the job done in the fifth round. And, you know, as pleased as I am for Dave, I was gutted afterwards for Johnny Fisher. I went to see him. His first loss, he felt he'd let the whole lot of the copper box down. He felt he'd let his fans down. I said, come on, you haven't let anyone down. You've got and you've lost a fight. He'll lick his wounds. He'll be back.
It's just part of the job. And two good men. I want to ask you about Dave, though, where he could potentially go next. Now, as soon as I finished that fight finished, I was looking through the roster, and obviously you look at the likes of a TKV, a David Adelaide, and I was looking going, would they ever roll the dice with a a Deontay Wilder, depending on how he looks in his next fight. I know it's a step up in levels, and Deontay Wilder maybe hasn't looked like Deontay Wilder the past few fights. Maybe it's age, maybe fights taken out of him, but the Doncaster De La Hoya Pappadilla pay-per-view against the Bronze Bomber, is that a realistic?
Deontay Wilder was one of the first names that sprung in my head. I was backstage with David Adelaide and Derek Chisora, thinking about TKV, thinking about Dillian White, maybe, I don't know, but Deontay Wilder came into my head, and it wasn't just because of his flashy new gym. You know why? Because Deontay Wilder loves Sheffield. He absolutely loves this part of the world. So I thought, how cool will that be? And what an amazing talker as well, of course. It'd be fantastic to have Deontay back over here. So I think that's something that could happen. I think Eddie would love to sort of, click his fingers and make something like that happen for Dave Allen. I don't know, more realistically, maybe, somebody that we've mentioned, one of those sort of guys in the British division, Hughie Fury, maybe. There's a lot of heavyweights that it could be. I'd love to see Dave get a show in Sheffield, back a sort of homecoming. I think he deserves that. But yeah, Deontay Wilder, why not?
Got to ask you, Manny Pacquiao is returning to the ring. He has started training, 46 years of age, inactive for 4 years, one exhibition, which I heard didn't train much for, but is what it is. WBC have given him a ranking, and it looks like Mario Barrios is the guy. His son's actually fighting on the card as well, which I suppose is a nice historic thing. But what's your sort of overriding feeling towards it? He's got that Legends pass of he's coming back, we know what he's done, but the activity, he's not fought in a while. Is it a concern for you?
It's a difficult one because we all want fighters to go out, retire, live amazing lives, and they get the bug. I remember Carl Froch, even after he beat George Groves, he was sitting with me commentating on the Golovkin-Brook fight, and at the end of it, he stood up. And Gennady was walking around the ring, and I said, "What are you doing, Carl?" And he put his mic down, and he said, "I'll have him." I said, "What are you doing?" I said, he's been retired, he's a comic. They never lose it, right? They never lose that edge. And I think, I know Manny, obviously, I spent a lot of time with him through his career. I love Freddie Roach, and I love what they brought to boxing. Look, I'm not close enough to it. I don't know. I just hope that everything is great, that he's in great shape, and that he comes back and he either wins it or he puts a great performance in. I don't know. I don't like fighters who've been away a long time and trying to sort of dust themselves down and come back. Sometimes their endings don't happen. It's not that sort of happy night again. Ricky came back, didn't he? And he had that very difficult defeat to Pacquiao, but he wanted that next fight, and he lost that. And I, sometimes it's sad to see, but you never know. Sometimes these stories come back, and it's they haven't lost too much, but he can't be what he once was. That's what we do know. Is he good enough now? That's a question that only the people close around him sort of maybe know more of an answer than we do, but until it actually happens, we don't know.
Last question from me, because I know you've got a press conference. When we actually spoke last, we were asking about
Manny Pacquiao, by the way.
Yeah, look, I think we all just hope whatever happens he comes out safe, especially at his age.
The only thing that matters.
Got to ask you, Tyson Fury, we were asking about what we want for Joshua, and you were like, look, the only fight we want to see is Tyson Fury. Passionate speech. Now look, he's been on Instagram.
Tyson, you're teasing us. We saw you out running in Morecambe this morning. You're looking in phenomenal shape, my friend. You looked in great shape when I saw you very briefly in Manchester when Derek Chisora fought Otto Wallin. That was a while ago. He's in incredible shape already. We know he's coming back. And he's got to fight AJ, right? AJ needs the fight. Fury needs the fight. The British public need the fight. It's the only fight to be made. Everybody wants it. Come on, Tyson, let's do it. Let's have it.
He's uploaded so much on social media the last 2 weeks, 12 rounds, back with his dad, running. We've got business to do. These aren't just little warning signs of mucking about. You expect him to be back.
He's doing Soccer Aid, which is brilliant, and I love the fact that Tyson Fury is doing Soccer Aid. It's wonderful, it's great, UNICEF, it's brilliant. That's in June. Who knows? Maybe they're getting back together for WWE or WWF or some sort of theatre. But he looks in too good shape to me. And he's a fighting man. He wants to fight Joshua. I know it, and I know AJ wants to fight him. I know that's got to happen. Look, it should have happened before. It's not too late. The British public want to see it. And look, we think that AJ's out for a while with that injury, so it doesn't have to be any time soon. Maybe Tyson won another fight first. Who knows? But I think Tyson Fury is coming back, and I want him to fight AJ. I've made it very clear for a number of months now that I think it will happen. And look, it's, Eddie says it, everybody's saying it. I mean, Frank's the one that said, look, if Tyson wants to retire, it's up to him, and I'll say it. If he wants to stay retired, it is up to him. He owes us nothing. But he looked good to me in that second Usyk fight. A lot of people saying, oh, he didn't win it, whatever. He lost it down the stretch. I thought he put a really good performance on that night. I thought he looked fantastic at times. And I think Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua is a massive, massive fight. So let's get it on. Come on, boys.
Adam, appreciate your time.